why do we feel so guilty for cutting off people who are no good for us? Why are you so important? Because we share the same DNA, even though that wasn't really a choice I had. Why do I have to spend money on Mother's Day for a gift that I never asked for? I don't care if you were a good parent and you did your absolute best to raise your kid. Your kid still owes you nothing. They don't owe you time. They don't owe you attention. You had me for you. Whatever reason you came up with, you had me for you. Hi, it's me, Maya. I am still alive, unfortunately. I don't know if you can tell. The closet is different. I don't know, it's dark. It's still dark, but I got a new closet, so I guess this is season 2. I don't want to get demonetized. Yo, hi. I've been gone for months. Some of you probably thought I was gone. I'm not. Like I said, unfortunately, I've been going through shit. I'm still going through shit, but you know, I'm still here. Still here. You're welcome. I didn't know how to start off this video because it's always hard getting back into it after you've taken a break for freaking months. But I don't know if I'd say it's a break per se, because I could not bring myself to come back to talk about what was on my mind for a while. Sure, I've had like inspiration to talk about certain things, but the whole process of making a video and then editing it, you know what I'm saying? The state of the world, huh? The state of the world. Where are we going? What are we doing? What is the point of all of this? Who knows, but humans find the need to continue to survive, continue to procreate, continue to find meaning in life. Some of us just don't, and we're ostracized, demonized for not doing so. Months later, from a breakdown that I had, my family did not understand. They still do not understand. My aunt, we'll call her Aunt R, says that I am just looking for attention, for wanting to die. So that's nice. I feel very cared for. Last time I ever reach out for anything. Thank you for showing your true colors. Boomers, will they ever understand? Who knows? I don't know if the boomers that I've come across will. The boomers in my family, Gen X, I don't know. Older people feel like there's just some fucking reason to be positive all the time. Like, it's actually required of you to do so. And if you don't, if you're not happy about life, if you're not grateful, the problem is you. And perhaps there is some sense to that, but I digress. If I'm saying that correctly. Perhaps there is some sense to that, but I choose not to be delusional. So my bad if me not being delusional is offending you. If you think that me not being delusional is negative. Suffering is inevitable, as we often say on this channel. Very much so, inevitable. So inevitable that when I was setting up my stand for my phone, I ended up getting 2 blood shots. 2 blood shots within the span of 5 minutes. I'm just unlucky, I guess. It's my fault that I allowed myself to get 2 blood shots. It is my fault that I am miserable in a dystopian society. It is my fault that I was born. According to Aunt R, yes, I chose to come down here. Once upon a time, I was a soul. A bored motherfucking soul, okay? And for some reason, I wanted to come down here and be traumatized. I wanted to come down here and be miserable because there is so much to learn from being depressed from the age of 12. Right? I don't know. Maybe if I stick around long enough, I'll figure out what my purpose is. Because apparently, I have some purpose. All of this suffering and this depression that I've been dealing with for over a decade of my life has a purpose. Right? Who knows if Aunt R actually believes in heaven? I sure as hell don't. Not in the Christian heaven. I don't believe in reincarnation. I do not believe in souls. But none of that matters. Her beliefs are true. I'm delusional. I'm ungrateful. I don't know what I'm talking about. But Aunt R does. She knows. She apparently has all the answers. As for my mom, oh, she's another story. Did I come on here to rant solely about my family? For this episode, yes. We are calling it You Don't Owe Your Parents Shit. You don't owe your family shit. I like to tout and talk about how family blood is so fucking important. Yes, it is so important that I keep in contact with people who bring me pain, anxiety, and depression. So important that I stick with these people who invalidate my feelings. So important that I stick with these people and all they fucking care about is themselves. Whatever I'm going through, it doesn't matter. It's a facade. I couldn't possibly be miserable. Look at the world. Isn't everything great? You're just looking for attention, Maya. You want to die for attention. Yes, that's why I don't talk to any of you. That's why I don't reach out to any of you. That's why none of you know what's going on in my life half the fucking time. Because I want attention. Maybe I just don't like you. Maybe I don't want to talk to you. And I've come to realize this. Maybe I'll go no contact. Because at the end of the day, you don't owe your parents shit. I don't know why I still feel like I owe them something, even though I don't want to be here. Like, I don't. Sure, there are happy points in my life. If it gets happy enough, I might start to question, this is pretty nice. Wish it could be like this all the time. But it's not. I consistently return to wishing I was never born, and why I had to be the sperm that won. Why me? Because I was just lucky, right? I was lucky. I was meant to be here. I have a God-given purpose. What is that purpose? Is it to make YouTube videos? To build a community of anti-natalists and miserable life-hating misanthropists? Misanthropy. Human hating. What is my purpose? What if I don't figure it out and I waste my whole life being miserable? Some of you, I guess, can turn that on and off like a switch. Oh yeah, I'm happy now. I am totally happy now because I say so, and I can just somehow rewire my brain and be like the rest of you. And maybe not all happy people are delusional, but the happy people in my family are. You know why? Because they refuse to believe the facts. The facts don't fucking matter. It's what they believe that matters. And sometimes I do envy that level of nonchalance, not caring, despite what everything else says, despite what other people say.
That's really cool.
But that's no way to deal with somebody who is constantly suffering. I am in mental anguish. It's gotten better since I moved far, 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 far away from family. No, not far enough. Not far enough. But far enough from family where they can't drive over and knock on my door when I don't feel like talking to them. Far enough where my boundaries can't be broken as much. Sure, they'll still blow up my phone, they'll still text me, and then complain about why I don't want to respond when I have reached out for help, and it has gotten me absolutely nowhere. In fact, only made me more miserable. So, I don't know. Why don't I talk to you? I guess you're just dumb. You don't get it. I don't like you. You can love somebody and not like them. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't like my family. Most of them. Not all. Do I love my family? Yes. Not sure if I had a choice in the matter. You just tend to love people that you've grown up with and spent a lot of time around, whether it was your choice or not. You spend the good times and the bad times with them. Can't help but love them, even if they make you miserable sometimes. Humans are complex creatures, I guess, not that complex. We're just like any other animal and get overpopulated and start ruining the environment. I guess the difference between us and animals is that we build structures and cut down trees. Most animals, if not all of them, are not capable of doing so. They're not capable of ruining their environment on such a drastic scale. But here we are taunting, oh yeah, humanity is the best. We're number one. And I'm just here for the human experience. Ain't nothing like human entitlement. Ain't nothing like validating your fellow humans' ideas because you like to stick in with the rest of the bunch. I don't know. Positivity, no matter what. Negativity, it exists. But we're gonna pretend that it doesn't for the most part. And if you have negative thoughts, that's a you problem, because the world is overall positive. Look at nature. So beautiful how the carnivores eat other animals. Some of them, like hyenas, will eat you alive as you scream and wither in pain. How fish get hooks through their lips. How animals grow up factory farmed. Yeah, life might be great for those at the top, but even they're not. So where does happiness come from? Delusion? Purpose? Meaning? A higher power? I don't know, but I'm not getting any of it. Not enough to keep me wanting to stay here. You know, this channel always ranting about shit, going off the trail, because we don't script anything, because I cannot be bothered. I can barely be bothered to come on screen and talk. So, we're not doing scripts anytime soon. Your parents, you don't owe them shit. I will die on that hill. I don't care if you were a good parent and you did your absolute best to raise your kid. Your kid still owes you nothing. They don't owe you time. They don't owe you attention. You are not entitled to their time. Find friends. Find a fucking friend. Stop bothering your kids. Your child is not your therapist. Hell, you don't even want to be my therapist. Why would I want to be your therapist? You had me for you. Whatever reason you came up with, you had me for you. It wasn't for me. You might think it was for me, but you had me for you. The unborn have no needs. Literally none. You don't need anything until you come into life. I had no worries, no cares, no hunger, no pain, none of that while I was unborn. I argued that if my parents truly loved me, they would have aborted me. Because my dad is a Christian man, loves the Lord Jesus with all his heart, believes that Earth is inherently sinful. We are born into a world of sin, and if we do things right, we can go to heaven. But after we wait in the grave for a while, cause we gotta wait for Jesus to come back. Like, he's here, but we gotta wait for him to come back. If he really believes in a world full of sin and pain and how we're all sinners and yada yada like the Bible says, he could have just not had me. Left my soul in heaven, but not risk me becoming a sinner or born into sin, because that's just the default, you know. You have to seek cleansing from the Lord. Thanks, Dad. You thought this out very well. I'm now a sinner. I could have skipped it. My soul could have been left pure in heaven. But no. You just had to have me so I could have the sinful experience like you, like the rest of everybody on this planet. There's a subreddit called Are We in Hell? And it makes me laugh overall, because laughing is a way to get through the trauma, a way to protect the brain from traumatic things. Overall though, half the time, I feel like I'm in hell. You try to tell people things. You try to educate them. People don't want to be educated. They don't want to be educated, okay? And they want to live in whatever universe they live in their mind, apart from reality. I tell people, life is built on suffering.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true, man.
How is it not true? To be alive, you have to take life. People eat animals. How is that not built on suffering? The circle of life, it's so beautiful. Animals eat animals. The food chain, it's just how it works. I don't think there's anything to gain from getting eaten alive in the wild. But you tell me there's purpose to it, and there must be purpose to getting eaten alive. At least some carnivores will go for the neck. Some sadistic creatures will just eat you alive. Some sadistic humans will eat animals alive. And I don't know where all this speciesism came from. Humans are inherently animals. Can't deny that. There are people out there who can't control their urges. That's why grape exists. That's why we had to create the concept of consent, because people just do whatever the fuck they want, just pertaining to their needs and wants and their instincts, not giving a fuck about what other people think and how they feel. Some people just don't evolve. Some people don't make it far. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. But yes, you don't owe your parents shit. Did I ask to be here? Yes, apparently my soul in heaven said I would love to come down to earth and witness all the horrible atrocities that happen down there. And I think that would be fulfilling, because it's so fucking boring up here. Like, I have access to a world outside of the humans that I watch, and I would just love to go down there and be a part of all the misery, because why not? Make it make sense. And like I said, with reincarnation or whatever, wouldn't it be a lot more helpful if I could remember my past life so that I could apply that and not make the same mistakes? You know what I'm saying? Religion just doesn't make any sense. It was built on hundreds of years of superstition and humans not understanding shit. Like, you think we've come a long way with the medical, pharmaceutical companies and all of the industries, science and all of that. But no, doctors, a lot of them still think that periods being absolutely debilitating and painful are normal. People still think, doctors still think that women need men's permission to get sterilized. Doctors still believe that black patients don't feel pain as much as white patients. Doctors can believe whatever the fuck they want. There are Christian doctors, religious doctors, doctors who have very unhelpful opinions when it comes to your health. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what you think is best for you. Now, I'm a doctor, I'm religious, and that's wrong. You can't do that. Mother's Day, Father's Day, don't get me started. I always get shit for complaining on those days. Mostly Mother's Day. For some reason, it's very, very, very important that I let my mother know how grateful and thankful I am to be here, how pleased I am to have been forced into this world where I don't even have options to go out as I please. And people will say, oh yeah, you can go out, you don't have to stick around, I just commit suicide. But it's not a guarantee that I won't fuck up. Regardless of how my brain feels, the body is designed to choose life. That's why so many people fail at it. I more than likely will fail at it. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of death. I'm just afraid of how I go out. There are better ways than others to go out. Peaceful, painless, quick would be preferred. We don't all get to choose that. People die from chronic diseases, pain, go out in terrible ways every day. Death is just a natural part of the human cycle. Yes, parents don't realize it, or at least they don't want to realize it when they're having you, but they are signing you up to die. You cannot live without dying, and I would be baffled to find anybody who wants to live forever. I don't know where capitalism is going, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon, and I am tired of it. We are living in late-stage capitalism, where the human body is now a commodity. It is the last and final frontier, where people are editing their bodies, getting surgeries to become whatever they want, in theory. I suppose. Maybe people will like me more if my boobs were bigger. Maybe people will like me more if my ass was bigger. Maybe if my face was shaped differently and I got buccal fat removal, people would like me. And the pharmaceutical companies are eating this shit up. Yum, yum, yum. Money, money, money. Follow the money. All this wouldn't be as acceptable as it was now if money wasn't pushing it. It's always the money. Before money was a thing, life was simpler. I could trade you for something that I need, and you would do vice versa. I wish I was, well, no, not really. It's not like life was any better back then anyways. Atrocities still happen, and this is the best that the world has ever been. Like, why are you complaining? You could have been born back in the slavery days. You could have been born when they were burning witches. Like, be grateful. And I am. Since I had to be born, it was now, and not back then. But that doesn't refute antinatalism in the slightest. We are the furthest we have ever come, and it still sucks. Okay? It still sucks. It will always suck because humans are too stupid to fix the problems. We have the same problems in different forms and happening for hundreds of years. We had hundreds of years to figure it out. We have not yet. And technology is cool, sure. Social media is a bittersweet concept. You have access to all the information and people are still stupid. All the information at your fingertips and people are still stupid. Stupidity might just inherently be a human trait. Parents push you out, and Gen X/boomers will tell you life is great. Everything is easy. You all live in a different world. Talk to anybody from Gen Z. Even millennials have been complaining about these issues for a while. Nobody wants to hear us. Wage slavery has been happening for a while now. Since the beginning of the industrial age, at least the slavery has mostly been abolished. Now we're just wage slaves. And in a way, slaves almost had it better in that other needs were catered to. Here, if you work a full-time job at minimum wage, you will be homeless. Okay? You might be making enough to pay the insurance on your car and make car payments so that you can live out of it. But you might as well be homeless. Most people have gone back to living with their parents because they can't afford this amazing world, this amazing society that we live in. Maybe the young people are just lazy, you know? After applying to 50 places, I guess the problem is just you. We're all the problem. This generation is a problem. We're just lazy. People with college degrees, they're just lazy. I don't know why they can't get a job. They must be the problem. Anybody who complains about this society must be the problem. But you know what? Nothing changes until we complain. Complacency doesn't get you anywhere. Doesn't get you anything. Complacency changes nothing. Complacency fixes nothing. And so I would like to get rid of all the complacent people in my life. I have moved to the beautiful state of Colorado. That's not sarcasm. It is indeed a beautiful state. And I still want to die. You can go far, far away from home. Maybe I'll try another country. But no, maybe at this point, it's situational. Or maybe it's my brain. And I need physicians to put drugs in me so that I can feel all pumped up and happy and start enjoying this dystopian society. Work to live, live to work. Fulfilling, meaningful, enjoyable, am I right? Living for the weekend, working 5 days out of a 7-day week. It's a lot of my life given away to an employer who doesn't see your worth. Most of them don't. And even if you think they see your worth, you'll always be disposable. If you're not making them money, you gotta go. You gotta get out. Ain't nothing more fulfilling than wage slavery. I don't know, people think that their kids will be special, you know, coming out to this world. They'll cure cancer or something, become a successful actor. Who knows? And that's not most of us. Okay, we can't all be exceptional. We can't all be winners. Because if we're all winners, then what's a winner? Somebody has to lose. Life was built on years and years of exploitation. And when the humans came around, it was not only human exploitation, but animal exploitation. And people see nothing wrong with breeding living things to be eaten within a 10-minute span, because that's all their lives are worth. A burger, chicken nuggets, steak, bacon. Is murder wrong? You tell me. Only if it's human lives. Human lives are the only lives that matter on this planet, okay? Speciesism. I don't know why so much of the world thinks that it's normal to just breed living, breathing things. They are not just living and breathing like plants. They have sentience. They can feel pain. Anything that responds to music is worth keeping alive, in my opinion.
I've heard that music can tame the savage beast. Actually, it's my first audition for a live audience. We'll see how it goes.
They're coming to you.
I think they like it. Maybe I just think of a different song.
Humans are not the only species that appreciate music. Humans are not the only species that feel pain. Humans are not the only species that are sentient. Sure, animals might seem a little more mindless than your regular Joe Schmo on the street. They don't have fingers, they don't speak English or any other language on this planet, but they can feel pain. They understand what's going on in their surroundings. For you who own a pet, a dog or a cat, what makes them different from a cow? They're both mammals. They're all mammals. I heard pigs are like more intelligent than your regular toddler. Why are those mammal lives not important? We are better mammals than them, I guess. I don't know, they eat grass and they're unproblematic, so we should just eat them. They're boring creatures, so, I think they would be better off eaten. Yes, we have also derailed from the whole topic of this video once again, because this is my channel. I am eternally a mess, eternally miserable. I'm going to stick around so that people in my family can feel comfortable with their life decisions. I am tired. I am tired. I am constantly tired. I wake up early every morning, clock in, make my employer some money, get paid pennies from that, and repeat the process 5 days a week. I go grocery shopping. Everything is expensive. I see slaughtered souls everywhere, and for some reason they can't keep raped cow juice out of my fucking food. They have to put it in everything, including fries. Fucking potatoes. They're supposed to be deep fried in oil and salted. That's how the fries came to be. You know what would be better with these tasty, deep fried, crispy potatoes? Animal exploitation. Do your research, folks. Is it a long, hard road? Yes. Awareness is not easy. 3 days ago, I was lying on the floor, crying for death to take me. Awareness is not easy. It's a painful journey. Learning where your food comes from, learning what happens to people, learning where all of your products come from, and learning that most of it, if not all of it, is built on exploitation. Exploitation of humans, exploitation of animals, exploitation of the environment, so that we can keep making people richer. I don't understand the point. I don't know why anybody would find that meaningful. Make money, buy an expensive car, add more carbon to the air. I guess you could buy electric, but that metal's gotta come from somewhere, baby. It's not like my family watches this channel anyways, because they got better things to do than listen to what's on my mind, which has been apparent for a very long time. From ignoring me and my cries about how uncomfortable I feel around Mr. R, the family PDF file, making me uncomfortable, always seeking out my attention, saying he wants my germs, and saying that he doesn't care that I'm not 18 yet. But he's fine, he's harmless. He's harmless, Maya. You are giving him too much grief. Why are you so mean to him? He doesn't mean it. It's not like that. He's just special. Laughing at me when I told them about a rather traumatizing event with my cousin. Saying I don't know how I feel. Telling me I don't really know why I'm miserable. Therapy. Just go to therapy. It'll fix everything. Might fix my mindset, but I don't know if I want to change my mindset. Become complacent like the rest of you. Like I said, complacency doesn't change anything. I'm just sick and tired of talking to people who drain my energy, who don't make me feel like I have anything to offer, who make me feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, even though I bring up cited sources. I'm sorry that you like life so much, but climate change is real. Global warming is real. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at science. Be mad at everybody else who made this happen. Whatever's coming for us, We deserve it. Some people don't believe it, and yes, people who are most affected by climate change, as of now, have not added to it as much as Western countries have, as much as developed countries have. Maybe they don't deserve it, but humans overall, we have overpopulated this planet. Keep populating it. And I guess they all want us to just live like sardines in apartment complexes because they think that we can just grow forever. I'm tired of people. We don't need more people. Why does India and China need more people? I go on trails, there's always lots of people. There's nowhere I can go, but there's no fucking people. I think we have enough people. I think the animals in factories would agree with that too. More people, more meat eaters, more carbon, methane, all the other chemicals that these animals are making going up into the atmosphere. It's just a cycle that continues and nothing's going to change. You know why? Because people don't want to be uncomfortable. They're not even uncomfortable enough to recognize the facts. The cognitive dissonance doesn't affect these people. Why do we feel so guilty for cutting off people who are no good for us, despite them bringing us pain just because we share the same blood, even though that wasn't really a choice I had? People guilt trip you and say family is everything. Why can't I create my own family? I feel it's a lot more meaningful when it's not based on blood. Why can't I just make family from people who are not related to me? Why are you so important? Because we share the same DNA. Why should I have to cater to your every need because we somehow happen to be related? Or you're a family friend that I barely know, but I ought to respect because my family likes you, even though you make me uncomfortable and I don't feel right around you. But no, respect Mr. R. He's just a family friend. He means no harm. I'm just lucky. It could have been much worse. I didn't get molested or anything, thankfully. But the vibes were there. And I'm sure if I had put up with it much longer, it would have headed in that direction. Because he clearly had ill intentions. He was cheating on his wife. That wasn't enough of a red flag for these people to keep him away from me and the younger people in my family. I don't know what. Unfortunately, Mr. R also has kids. 2 daughters for that matter. And he wanted me to go to church, which is funny, because if anybody needs church, it's him. And cheating on his wife, hitting on women who are younger, much younger than him. I'm just done. I want to cut these people out so bad. I'm struggling with the guilt, even though I know my life will probably be much better, less stressful, less worrying about when my mom is gonna call me. She freaks out all the time when I don't respond, even though like I'm 23, I've been on my own for 5 years now. When do I get to live my own life? Why are you always entitled to my time? She's not the worst parent, but there's a lot of things that she's done to me that have really hurt me. And maybe I can get past them if I could have some space, if my boundaries would be respected, but they're not respected. I had to delete my address from the family group chat when I sent it because I realized that she might come for me, like she did to me in Florida. Twice. She came for me twice because I said that I needed space and I would contact her when I was feeling better. But that wasn't good enough for her. No, she had to sell it right then and there and let me know that I was being selfish. How could I do such a thing to my mother? What did she do to me that was so horrible? A lot. Not as bad as some other people have it. Maybe I wasn't physically abused, but I'm just tired of explaining myself to people who don't want to hear me, who don't care about what I have to say or about what I believe in or what I'm interested in. Veganism invalidated. She understands deep down that these animals are suffering, but she doesn't care. And she'll tell me, you need to eat animal products because you'll be sick and unhealthy otherwise. You'll be like your father, looking lethargic. You need to contribute to this. The last conversation we had around being plant-based and not eating animals, I told her, yes, the best thing you can do right now for the planet is to stop eating meat. That is a fact. It's not about your car emissions at this point. It's about the millions of cows on this planet that were not supposed to be here in the first place, putting out methane. We are clearing a shit ton of land to home these animals, to plant food to feed them so that you can enjoy a burger. And I told her that. And it looked like it had gotten to her a bit. She was just like, okay. For once, she didn't have anything to say, oh, that's not true, or it doesn't matter, or, well, God bless those animals for, so that I can eat them. For once. And I feel like that's the furthest I've ever gotten in a conversation with her. Is she trying? Sometimes. I'm tired of explaining myself. My sister reached out to them because she was concerned about me. Considering our last conversation, I'm not going anywhere, unfortunately, because one, I don't think I have the guts to do it. And number two, I don't want to leave my siblings alone. I don't want to cause pain to the family, because me doing whatever the hell I want with my life is causing pain to them. Yes.
I'm just faking it. I just want attention.
I put myself through mental anguish for over a decade for attention. I really just want to be left alone. I would like for you to stop calling me. I don't want to hear about your day. I don't want to hear about what you're dealing with and then you overlooking what I'm dealing with. When my mom calls, it's always about her. How are you? I tell her the little bits and pieces that won't get her upset at me for being depressed. And she's like, oh, well, that's good to hear. Goes on about her problems. I need therapy, apparently. Not these people. Life is so great, but you find the need to tell me everything even though I didn't ask. You don't care about my feelings, but your feelings are important. What you're dealing with is important. Me? No. I'm just ungrateful. I'm negative. That's all I am to you. Tired of being around a bunch of enablers who don't care about the safety of people in their family when it comes to men. Too many times where I don't trust them anymore. I don't. If I were to have a terrible assault rape situation after I got laughed at when I told them about my cousin, I don't trust them. They didn't trust me with Mr. R. What do they deserve from me? What do I owe them? Why do I have to spend money on Mother's Day for a gift that I never asked for? Why do moms deserve all the praise for having kids? Why do dads deserve any praise for having kids? You did what everybody else does, what everybody in the animal kingdom does. You had sex, and now you have kids. That is so admirable. You deserve praise. I am fed up. I'm tired. Tired of worrying about how other people are gonna feel about me, the guilt. I'm tired of the anxiety I get. I'm just tired. I'm tired of feeling like any decision I make for myself is wrong. Got sterilized, nobody was happy. All the boomers and the Gen Xers, when I say nobody, that's what I mean. Gen Z, it has its problems for sure, but I feel like we are a lot more empathetic than other generations, and so that's why I reach out to Gen Z only now. Gen Z understands what I'm going through. Boomers, Gen X live in an alternate reality. My cousin gets asked by her dad, why don't you have a house yet? Why haven't you made it yet? When I was your age, I was making moves. It's not like that anymore. Ever since COVID, inflation, I don't know why it's a ridiculous concept for people to be able to afford at least a studio working a full-time job. But no, that's your fault.
You should get a better job.
You should get an education. You should do this. You should do that. What's the point of should? People should be able to afford a comfortable life working a full-time job no matter what, and I will die on that hill. Otherwise, why don't I just volunteer? What's the point of working a full-time job if I can't afford basic necessities? Just call it a volunteer position. I am so tired. I am so fed up. I don't have anything to look forward to. People say that's my fault. Perhaps. But global warming isn't going to get any better anytime soon. Even if everybody were to stop eating meat right now, everything has been signed and sealed. It's going to happen regardless. It might be less severe. It might not last as long, but the future seems very bleak right now. Thought wars were a thing of the past. Thought Roe v. Wade was sealed into law. I thought it was a law. Apparently laws can be repealed, which is fine, The laws should change with the times, but we are going back. Have you seen where we're going with the elections? As Trevor Noah said, we've got one you wish were dead and one that should be dead. That's where we're at. Very promising. Everything just seems so promising. Where is the good in the world? Sure, you could talk to people. It's always nice to socialize and get things off your chest, but I can't find people who want to talk about the things that I'm interested in unless they're online. And it's not the same. It's great that I can find these people now thanks to the internet, but it's not the same. But yeah, no, stay positive. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. And that's what you truly believe. Sure, maybe my mom will have a hard time believing that when I get the balls to stop catering to her every need, her every whim. Maybe people in my family will start taking me seriously when I just stop explaining myself. I just stop talking. Because I'm just doing it for attention. Tired of all the religious zealots trying to tell everybody else how to behave, how to act, how to live based on something that cannot be proven. Tired of living in a patriarchal society where women are second-class citizens. I'm tired of families upholding this dynamic where women will complain about a man in the family and they will continue to protect that man. I've seen it too many times. Just tired. I'm tired of being me. I'm tired of being here. I'm entitled to feel however I want to feel. And I'm sick and tired of people telling me that I shouldn't feel this way. I can feel however I want to feel. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be complacent. A lot of these complacent people are fine with everything and refuse to change their own habits because that's too much work. That's uncomfortable. The world is a great place, but nobody wants to contribute to making it a great place. Most people I know who are doing their best to not contribute to suffering are miserable because this is a dystopia. How do you not see it? Everybody's getting body modifications. Nobody's happy with how they were born. People like me are not happy to be born. It's a mess. And this video has gone on for too long. I'm probably gonna end it here because I could go on and on about these topics forever, but I'm alive. Hello, yes, hi. I'm still here, unfortunately. And thanks for sticking around with my channel. I would like to thank that one commenter who reached out saying that they hope I'm okay. I appreciate you. Never would have expected such a small following to care about my well-being, so 'tis nice. It is nice to see every now and then. Just stay strong or don't. It's okay. Life is meaningless overall. What we do now is meaningful. In the grand scheme of things, the universe doesn't care what happens to planet Earth. So if you want to do something about it, feel free to change your habits. Go vegan for the environment, go vegan for the animals. Or you can do nothing and continue to perpetuate the cycle that we're in because life is great, right? There's no need to change anything. Nothing at all. All these wars happening in the world, no bother. No problem. Life is great. Life is beautiful. And kids are getting killed in Gaza, but life is great. And people are starving. People can't afford to give their kids education. Animals literally die every day because we breed them to eat them. You do you. And at the end of the day, you do you. Do what you want. But I can't wait for global warming to wipe us out. And so I can finally have an excuse to not be here. I'm tired. Nothing changes if people don't get fed up, so stay complacent. Don't change anything. Add to the pain and suffering in this world. You do you. Everybody one at a time has the power to change something, or to at least save a life. I'll be back with more rants, because it's the only place I can rant about things, because family won't hear me out. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. And after all these months, I hope you guys are doing well, hopefully better than me, and I will speak to you all next time. My out.